Hey guys, welcome to Train Check YouTube channel. So in this video, we'll be solving this CodeWars Kata 7 algorithm question, which is list filtering. So in this Kata 7 algorithm question, we are given a list of objects which contains both integers and string, and then we have to filter out the string inside it and then return the integer. So we have to remove the string and return the integer. So according to the structure here, says in this kata you will create a function that takes a list of non-negative integers and strings and return a new list with the string filtered out. So you have to filter out the string and then return the integers. So as we all know, we'll be solving these algorithm questions on Visual Studio Code so that we can debug and see how it moves. So let's get started. I'll copy this method now and paste it in Visual Studio. So I'll be solving it inside this Kata 7 class. So I'll be solving this algorithm in three ways. I'll first do the long method. So I'll break it down into pieces so that we can see and understand how it moves. So I'll first break it down, then I'll do it in another way and then in another way. So let's get started. So I'll first create a list of ints and call it results, where I'll be saving all the final ints I want to return. So and then I will then loop through this guy here using links to filter out all the integers inside it. So I'll be looping through this guy using links to filter out all the integers inside it. So this is what I will do. I will do this var filtered int equals to this dot list of items dot of type of type int dot to list. So this line here now, I'm getting all the integers inside this guy. I'm filtering out all the integers inside this list of item. So I'm only filtering out all the integers inside this list of item and then saving it inside this guy filtered int. So what this line is doing is that it will filter out all the integers inside. Let's make use of this last one as an example. To filter out all the integers inside this list of objects, it will remove one, to filter out one, it will filter out two, to filter out 233 out of this guy. It will remove this one, to remove this one, to remove this one, it will remove this one, it will remove. So the new, so this guy will contain 1, 2, and 233. So all the strings inside will be gone. All the strings inside this guy. Yes. So I'm only removing I'm removing the ints 1, 2, and 233. I'm filtering them out of this place. I'm filtering out the int out of this list of items and then saving them inside this filter int. So that is what this list of item dots of type int is doing. So this line, this line you are seeing here, it will filter out the int. It will remove 1, 2, and 233. It will filter them out. To filter them out of this list of items and then save them inside this filtered int. So this filtered int will now hold 1, 2, and 233, which are the integers inside this place. So this guy will still contain the old details, which is the list and int, but I've filter out the int and then save them inside this filtered int. So that is just what I'm doing. So since I've saved them inside this filtered int now contains the integers I needed. So and then I'll now do for each loop for each var item in filtered int results dot. So I'll be looping through each item inside this filtered int and be adding them to this result. So I'll be looping through this each item inside this filtered int, because this filtered int already contains the int I filtered out of this list of items. So I'll then be adding them to this result so that I can return the result as the final thing. So result dot add item. So at each loop, it will be adding all the default the item inside this filtered int to this result. Then I can now return the result. Here now I can return I can return the result. So what I'm just doing is I created a list of results to hold the final result I want to return. I then loop through this list of items here. I loop through this list of items and then filter out all the integers in them. In it, I mean, I filter out all the integers in it and then save it inside this filtered int. So this filtered int will then hold all the integers inside this guy. To hold it, I will have it here. Then I'm now looping through it and then adding them to results and then returning results. So I did this in this long way so that we can see how it moves under, how everything moves, how it's been broken down and then how it moves. So that is why I did this. I should have returned this in just one line and then it will work, but I will still do that. I just have to do it in this long way so that we can see how it moves. So then let's run it on debug and then let me copy this guy here. Let me copy this guy here. This guy. So I'll copy that guy and then create new list of objects. List. Oh, sorry. List of objects and then call it list of items equals to this. I copied from CodeWars. I just copied. So now I can then, since I have this method inside Kata 7 algorithm, I mean Kata 7 class, since I have the method inside Kata 7 class, I'll just do this CW and then first call kata 7. Since the method is inside kata 7 class, I'll first call kata 7 and then use dot to have access to the method inside it, which is get integers from string. And then I will pass this list of items inside it because that is what is accepting as input. So I'll then set a breakpoint here. Let me just, okay, another breakpoint is this. So let's run it on debug and see. So let's run it on debug and see. So now let's move. So here now we have the list coming from the list of objects inside the input. So we have 8 items inside this place. We have 1, 2, and this. We have these integers. It's 1, 2, and 231. And we have this string A, B, A, S, F. Everything inside double quotes is a string. All these guys here, this guy, including 123, 123. This one, it is inside double quote, so it is a string. The only ones that are integers here are 1, 2, and 233, which are not inside the double quote. So that is that for that. So then we move now. So I declare the result here to still be 0 count because we've not added anything to it. It's just to return the binary result which we are returning here. So now this line now, like I said earlier, it will filter out all the ints in this guy, in this list of items. So we have three integers in this list of items. We have 1, 2, and 233. So this guy here will hold the 1, 2, and 233, which is 3 items. So it will filter them out of this guy and then hold them. So let's see, let's move out. So you see, we have 3 counts. We have 1, 2, and 233. So we have filtered out the integers in this list of items, and we already have them inside this filtered int. So we filter them out and we all have them inside this filtered int. So that is just what this guy is doing here, because to remove the integers and then hold them. So now, since we already have the integers we needed inside this filtered int, I'm now looping through the filtered int and then adding each item inside it to this result. So this a filtered int has 3 items that we needed. So I'm now using a for each loop to loop through it and then add them to this result, each item inside it. So that is what I'm doing. So for each item inside this guy, so at this particular time we have, okay, we have 3 items here inside this filtered int. So at this particular loop, I'm adding one, which is the first item inside it, one. So I'll be adding one to this result. So if I loop through, if I step over, I step over, then one is already here. I've added one. So to go again, the second loop, it will be adding two, because two is the next item. So it will be adding two. To go again, and then I have one and two. So the last item inside will be 231. So it will add it to. So now I already have all the items I want to return inside this guy here, which is 1, 2, and 231. So I'm now returning. So I will now come after this loop and then return the result. So this result has 1, 2, and 231, which is what is expected here. 1, 2, and 231. 1, 2, and 231, which is what is expected. So I'm then returning it. So that is that for that. So let's copy this code now and paste it on CodeWars to see if it will pass all the test cases. Let's do that now. So let's test our code. Let's see. Let's see the magic we've performed. So you are getting first. Okay. We are missing a using statement here. So you should use using, because I'm using links. This line here is links. So using system dot links or link. So if I test it now, it should work. So that is that for that. So we are good to go. So this is the first method. You see it works. We passed all the test cases. So now, like I said earlier, I did this in a long journey. I should have returned this since even on one line or two lines, even one line. So I'll first do it and return it on just two lines. So let me break this down now so that we can see we have repetition of codes here. I intentionally did that. This line here, I'm already getting the results I want, which already holds 1, 2, and 231. I'm already getting all the things I need. I'm already converting them to list here. I don't have to still loop through this guy again and still be adding it to another list. That is repetition of codes. I already hold and have everything I need here. So I don't have to do this. I intentionally did that to break it down so that we can see and understand it. So this guy here, I don't need it. I don't just need it. So since I don't need that guy, I don't need to loop through this guy again because it already contains the whole results I need. It contains the results I need already. So I'll be removing this guy too. I'll be removing these two, this one, and then I'll be returning this guy straight. I'll be returning this guy because it already has what I need. So if you run this on debug, let's just run it on debug and see. So the coming items are one, like the other times 1, 2, 231. So you will see that this guy here already has all what I need, what I needed to return. So 1, 2, and 231 is there already. So I don't need to be creating another list to hold the result or be looping through it again, since it already has what I need, 1, 2, and 231, which is the final output that should be here. 1, 2, and 231. So it already has it there. So I don't need to be looping through it again. I just have to return it. So that is what I'm doing here. So that is that for that. So if I copy this code here now and take it to CodeWars and paste it, we will still pass the test cases. So let's see. So we still pass the test cases. So instead of doing this in about 6 lines the other time or 7 lines, I achieved this on just 2 lines. And this same method can still be achieved on one single line instead of using this var filtered int and then later still returning the filtered int again. I can just do it on one single line without creating any variable for it. And just do this. I can just say return list of item dot type of. So if I do this now, let me first do that here. Return. So still, I'll still be returning all the list of items out. Instead of me doing all those long codes, I'll just filter it out once and then return it once without saving it inside any variable. I'll just return it once. So that is just what I'm doing here. Return this list of item dot type of int. It will return it once. It will return the answer once. So it will just loop on. It will just do everything once. So let's see. Let's test it and see. So still the same way. So instead of solving, so I intentionally break it down into that long code so that we can understand it. Then I save it inside the variable again using 2 lines and then returning the variable while I just return this on one line here. So we are still doing the same thing. We are still doing the same thing. So let's attempt and see if we have any other things to fix. So we don't have any other things to fix. So we are good to go. We are good to go. We achieve this using 3 different methods, using for each loop all those long method, using 2 lines of code and then now 1 line of code. So that is that for that. So guys, don't forget to like this video, comment on this video, don't forget to subscribe to Train Check YouTube channel and then turn on the notification icon so that you can get notified anytime we upload new content. So guys, thank you. I really appreciate you.